a lot of people don't know, but if you look at some of the great tyrants throughout history, they all understood you have to utilize your artist.
Interesting.
All of them.
Give us some examples.
I was reading about what these dictators did in their own time when they had private time on their own. Joseph Stalin and Mao, Adam and poets. Kim Jong-il, studied cinematography extensively. Francisco Franco, painter. Adolf Hitler, painter. You know, like these are all people who understood influence in art, and they always utilize the creative class for propaganda. And I'll use the most recent one, Hitler, as an example, right? So Adolf Hitler actually had the Thule Society behind him. So I'm mentioning this because when I was in New York City, I was always hanging out with wealthy elite, right? That were left leaning with talent. And I always noticed, I'm like, this is really smart of them.
Mhm.
Right. And then I thought about this. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do some research on this. And then I came across the Thule Society. And there's a lot of modern parallels.
What's the Thule Society?
The Thule Society is known for being like Hitler's occult background. But also more than that, there are also this inner network of German elites to congregate with a lot of their talent, world-class talent in Germany. And to me, this was like, wow. The reason why the Nazis were effective, and I know people are like, where are we going with this? Is because they totally understand propaganda. Their effectiveness is based on their mastery of utilizing propaganda. And here's what I mean. When you saw the anti-Semitic posters they started to put up, right? They started off as silhouettes of a Jewish person with a nose with the Star of David and then some German written on it. That's how it started. 4 months later, another poster comes out. Now they hired an illustrator, a different artist. And the illustrator depicted this homelessly, scary-looking Jewish guy actually grabbing money from a German boy, like a cartoon. Only 2 months later, they depict those same Jewish people as rats now. So here's what I'm saying. The analogy of the boiling frog is always utilized in effective propaganda. But they have to, first of all, have this source of talent that they utilize for their propaganda. Because the best propaganda is artist. And this is what I came to see. And as this is going on, Hitler also closed down this art school called Bauhaus. Bauhaus was the biggest art school in Germany at the time. And, you know, there's basically a chance of there being like a counterculture in Germany from the artist. And he closed that down. So he can have complete control of its artist.
Wow.
And for me, I was like just reading this as a lesson, realizing like there's so many modern parallels. And the same reason why Jay-Z and Beyonce were up there on stage gallivanting around with Hillary Clinton is the same reason why Joseph Goebbels was instructed by Hitler to contact all these comedians at the time that were known that secretly agree with his Marxist ideal, like William Joyce, like all of these people. And I realized, like, this has all been done before. And this is all actually happening now.
Yeah.
And the propaganda of today, it's also out there, but it's just, there's a lack of awareness on what propaganda is. For example, that trans rainbow flag or the black flag with white letters that says Black Lives Matter, like that's propaganda. That's not like a sign for their movement or that's not an invitation towards a discourse. You have to look at that as propaganda. And once you study propaganda, you can look at what exists in the dominant mainstream narrative today and call it propaganda.
Sure.